Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So for today's video, as you may be able to guess by the fact that I am not on camera, we're going to be doing another collection tour video, and today we're taking a look at all of my rainbow and shadow high dolls. The last video that I did like this was my Monster High collection, which was significantly bigger, so thank you for everybody for being so kind and enjoying my yapping on that video. I will still be yapping away, but just by virtue of having fewer dolls out, I think this is going to be a much quicker video. Watch me just immediately be wrong. We'll see. I guess we'll see how this turns out. Right off the bat, I forgot to say this at like the top of my Monster High video, so I'm gonna remember this time. Part of the reason that there's a lot less to go through is just because I really do have so many rainbow high dolls that are not currently on display because I need to work on like redressing them or redoing their hair or something. Like I have a lot more rainbow high dolls that are in like my stash box to be fixed up. To give you like some idea, I have like a small tote of miscellaneous dolls to sort of fix up, and I have an entire tote of the same size just of rainbow and shadow high. So like we're going through again the entire collection. Technically speaking, it's like what I have on display. I do have significantly more than this. They're just like not display ready. So this is all that we're going to be going over today, but I have a lot to say still, okay? Like we still have a lot to get through. So let's just dive on in. I'm going to go ahead and start over here with my Sparkle and Shine girlies. I do have 2 empty shelves there because I know we're getting more. And so I'm like already prepared, okay? Like 2 is unnecessary, but I know that we're getting more and I am very excited. I'm going to go ahead and move Marina so we can take a look at Viola, who like still just so dumb. Like it's so dumb that they called her Viola, and like I don't know, Violet's right there, and I understand that this was like a line of new characters, so they weren't going to use Violet, but like a different name would have been good. I think she's so cute in this outfit I have her displayed in. Honestly, high key, I need to like reconfigure this situation because you can't really see her outfit the way that she's currently displayed, and it's so fun. It's quite funny because when I did the review and the unboxing for her, I was like, oh yeah, like I love the outfit that she comes with, I'm keeping it, and I fully intended to. But then I got to messing around, and now I really love what she's got going on here. So she's only wearing, I think the only pieces of hers that she came with are this like super duper cropped sweatshirt. Can someone please tell me what to call that when it's like a sweatshirt but it's so cropped that it's just the sleeves and the hood? Because I really like those, and I feel like we're seeing them, I mean, maybe like a little bit more on dolls. Like I know we've like had a few, but can someone please tell me what to call that so I have a name for it? Anyway, that's original to what she came with, and then she did come with these shoes, but I gave her just like a plain black shirt to go under it because she was wearing a dress under it in her original doll. The skirt is the reason that the plain black was needed to begin with. I want to say this skirt is all the way back from when Rainbow High first came out and we got that closet with Avery. I'm nearly certain that's where this is from. I know it came out like really close to the beginning of Rainbow High if it wasn't that, but I'm pretty sure it's that. It's like I've been sitting on this skirt for ages just waiting for an opportunity to use it, and I finally have it, and it's so like this skirt is so fun and so pretty and like so detailed and cool, and it matches perfectly. I feel like the vibes go so well with like the hoodie that she's got. It's just, and even the sneakers, like I love how I redressed her. So I do love how she came, and I kept like the dress that she came with. Like it's not that I think it was an ugly piece. I was just like, oh, let's mess around to see if I like anything more, and yes, I did. Yes, I did. So very happy with her. In contrast, Marina is wearing everything that she came with, just like stock standard. And honestly, I'm fine with that. I kind of feel bad. There's a little gnat in here. I'm sorry. We've been grilling a lot lately. And so because of that, we've been going in and out. And I feel like now there's just so many little bugs in my house and I need to get rid of them. Anyway, I feel like so many people hated this outfit. And obviously that's fine. Like, you don't have to like it. You're entitled to your opinion. It's not a big deal. I just feel bad because I think she's really genuinely cute like this. Like, I just think she's towing the line between like purely sporty and fashion. I'm obsessed with the skirt. I love this bright yellow jacket. Like, Again, it's fine if you hate her. Like, that's chill. I genuinely love her though, and I have never once considered putting her in anything else. But popping back up, the other two, I also did make slight changes to. I'm going to go ahead and pull her out too, because she's just a little bit more in shadow. So Clementine here, still just such an incredibly pretty base doll. The only change that I made for her outfit was I just felt like the shirt she had, like the printing on it really bothered me. And like I probably could use like alcohol or something to get that off. But instead of doing that, I put her in this bustier, which I believe was from Sunny's second outfit from Sunny's original release in Rainbow High. Side note, this is just actually so funny. I just realized this. With all of these dolls that I'm like, oh, I have like a bunch that I need to redress that are like waiting to be done. I have almost none of my original, like the first series out. Do I even have any of them? That's crazy that I don't have any of like the original core dolls out. Anyway, I have pieces clearly. So yeah, that was from Sunny's second outfit. And I just felt like it worked with her color scheme quite well. And it was like less distracting on top. I also really, really like the skirt, and the top that she came with did like, I mean, it wasn't completely blocking it, but you could see less of it. So I just feel like that's a fun little switch up for her. And then my girl Rosetta, I finally feel like so good with this. So I did like the skirt that she came with. I didn't think it was terrible, but I just felt like it could be better. Like, I don't know. It just, I think I liked it, but maybe not for the outfit that she came with. Like, it kind of felt less like it matched. So for a while, I had her in some random blue skirt. I genuinely don't even know what doll brand it was from, because it was just like a random piece of doll clothing that I actually got from, like, technically not my sister-in-law because my brother's not married to her, but like for all intents and purposes, my sister-in-law had just like given me a bunch of random doll clothes. And so that's what I had her wearing, but it never felt quite right until I finally caved and I got a color and create Rainbow High doll who is also not on display. It's fine. And I went ahead and took this skirt and I just used acrylic paint to dye it. It's definitely stiff, but it's fine. It's not that big a deal. If you follow me over on Instagram, you may have seen this outfit in a story that I posted, because I was like, ooh, I don't know about the skirt. My original intention was like, she's got this really pretty like highlighter yellow, right, in her shirt and also in her eyeliner. And then if you like take her down, she's got green in her hair. And so I was like, oh, it would be really fun to pull some of those colors and just like make her less of a pure pink and like kind of use some accent colors in there. But yeah, I was really nervous when I posted on Instagram. I was like, guys, does this look like shit? Because it was a little too bright, I think. Like, I really went in with like the neons and it was a little too much. So a lot of you guys did like it. Thank you. You're very sweet. But I gave it like a little bleach bath. And if you didn't see the story, you're not gonna like notice it. And honestly, you might not notice it anyway, because I feel like on camera it still looks a little brighter than it does in person. But I gave her a little like bit of a bleach bath on the skirt, and it did just lighten up the colors just a smidgen, and I feel like it looks so much better now. And like I feel like it matches her whole outfit and everything. Like, she's just so cute, and I'm so happy that she's finally like in a place that I feel really, really good about her and really excited about her. So like, yeah, we're just, that's fabulous. Let's go ahead and just go bottom up this time. I don't know if that's how I did it last time. I don't think so, but that's what we're doing this time. If you saw my room tour, I used to have some other Shadow High dolls here. I have temporarily taken them off the display so that I can consider whether I still want them. It's just genuinely funny to me to be like, bottom shelf, so empty, very, very full next shelf. But going along this bottom shelf, we have Jet Dawson. I still genuinely ride so hard for this doll. I think the quality on her was a little bit iffy. Like, I think there was a lot wrong with her release. But if you're going purely on aesthetics, I do still think that she's like a very pretty and a very, very fun doll. So I'm still very glad that I have her in the collection. Like, there's just something about this super sketchy design aesthetic that I think is genuinely fun. Fun fact, my husband had me make him some Vans that were sort of like this. So like, he got just white Vans And I did like all the little lines and like the outline and everything for his shoes. So he owns a pair that are kind of similar to hers. My husband unintentionally matching with Jet Doss. But yeah, I do think she's really fun, and especially as like time has moved away from the release. I know when I first got her, I was like, I like her, but I'm like pissed off about this. It's been so long since the release that like a lot of those negative emotions I don't really remember as distinctly, if that makes sense. So now I'm just kind of like, oh, pretty doll, happy. We love to see her. Okay, then me and my series to Amaya, who is like both my pride and joy and also my deep shame. My deep shame because her hair just looks so bad right now. Like, it's really, really bad. But she's on my breathe. What was that? She's my pride and joy because I genuinely love this outfit that I've created for her. Like, I just think she looks so, like, imagine if her hair was done. She would look so good. And I know that this doll is so, so widely hated. Like, people hate Clown Amaya. And again, much like Marina, that's fine. Like, it is no skin off my back if you think all of my dolls are ugly, because I like them and that's what matters. I have always been like, I don't think she's that bad. And especially like styled like this, I love how she looks. I need to redo her hair because she looked better when it wasn't like a frizzy mess. And I think maybe she needs some jewelry to really tie it all together. But like, generally speaking, I'm so proud of how I styled this doll. I'm so happy with how she looks. And like, she's just a complete vibe. And, you know, she gets a lot of hate, but not from me. Then we have, I always forget her name. Why is it always her name that I forget? Because it's not Emerald. I think that's my problem, is my brain always wants to go to Emerald. What is it? I'm literally not going to remember. And I feel so bad because it's always her. It is literally always this doll that I can't remember. And like, she's so pretty. She doesn't deserve that. I'm gonna take a second to look it up actually. She deserves for me to like figure out her name. You know what's crazy is the second I turned this camera off, I was like, oh, it's Jewel Richie. Why is it that as soon as I start recording, I like forget everything? What is going on there? Anyway, though, I feel like she's sort of a sleeper in my collection, like for me personally. Cause like I said this in my Monster High tour with the G3 Genifier, where I'm like, I adore that doll. But like, I forget that she is there. Like, I like Jewel. Okay, I really, really, genuinely love her. I think she's beautiful when I take the time to look at her and her makeup and her outfit and like her colors and everything. But when you tell me, hey, what are your top 5 Rainbow High dolls? She's not even a consideration. And it's not because she's not gorgeous. I don't know what it is, that it's just like my brain supplies other names first, but like, I need to appreciate her more. She is so unreasonably pretty. Okay, Jewel Richie, we're gonna remember your name first of all. I'm really doing her a disservice, but like, I really do need to take time to sit and like appreciate her, because wowie. Then how do I even want to do this shelf? I guess we're gonna go the ones in front first because that's easiest. So these are the rock stars. I don't know. We got 3 music lines for like when Rainbow Vision was happening, and I feel like I've forgotten the name of these dolls now. As far as like the line goes, I know their names. This is Carmen. She is still one of the prettiest base dolls to me that Rainbow High has ever come out with. And frankly, I don't think that that's going to change. Like, the colors of her hair, the rainbow edges, the face, the makeup, everything about her as a base doll, I just am genuinely blown away by. And like, her outfit is really pretty too. Like, it's not that I don't appreciate that part, but it's just like looking at her as a base doll makes me genuinely breathless. Love her to tears. Then we have Vanessa, who was the first one to get braids, and like one of very, very few Rainbow High dolls that has a whole head of braids. So exciting. Love the colors in her. Another beautiful base doll. I need to fix her earring. Hello. She's just so fun. This was like, I mean, we have the scrunchie that's like actual fabric. Oof, the quality. These jeans, So good. These shoes are from the original Jade. I need to repaint them to match a little bit better because, like, they do sort of stand out like a sore thumb. I put them on her because I thought the style really fit super duper well, but we need to repaint those shoes and we need to like do something a little bit better for her. And then the last one is Lyric, who is another Rainbow High doll that I feel is like just so hated. And again, totally fine. I genuinely like her. Like, I genuinely think she's such a fun doll. And it's not like me gassing her up for no reason. Like, I'm not lying. Like, I genuinely really do like her. I think her makeup is super intense, super bold, and I personally am a big fan of that. I will say I think it's very interesting because I can't give you a great example because none of them are here. But if you know like Rainbow High lore, Rainbow High history, if you've been there since like they came out, the first wave of dolls had this super intense highlight all over their face, kind of like Lyric has. Honestly, I think it was even more intense than that. What I find interesting is they really toned that down after the first wave. Like, people were like, that's a little bit much. So they really toned it down. It's interesting to me that these dolls, all three, were released at the same time. Like, they're all part of the same line. Her face is matte. There is nothing on there. And like, I don't have a problem with the highlight. Again, that's something that some people hated. I can take it or leave it. Like, I do like the shine. I also like the matte. But like, she's matte. I feel like she's matte. And she is so shiny. It's like almost comparable to Wave 1. So random, so interesting. But like, back to just loving her. The makeup, again, it is so intense and that's not for everybody, but like, I really vibe with it. Her hair reminds me of like an oil slick. She's got so many fun clothes. I don't think these are all hers. I think this skirt might have come with Carmen. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't explain it, but like, I like all three of them. Then we have my two winter break dolls, which, I mean, they have like a little bit of the highlight. Jade, I feel like, has more of the highlight. I don't know. But this is my girl Poppy. I will never ever stop being sad that she's like pretty much dead post reboot. Like, I love her. I know you can't really see her because I've got her hair in the way. This was just such a stupidly cute doll though. And like, honestly, Winter Break in general was a good line. These are the only two that I got just because I didn't like the other dolls enough to want to buy them, just because it was like a personal taste thing. But design wise, I really do think that they put their all into this line. Like, it's very impressive. I love all her butterflies. She's got like one here and then some here, and these can pop out and turn into earrings. Like, this was just such here I am reminiscing about the good old days of Rainbow High. They're so good though. Also, I am just now realizing, like, I saw that shelf. I don't know why I was looking up, but I saw that shelf and I was like, they're all warm tones. But most of these are sort of mixed together. Maybe I should rearrange my shelves and do more of like a color organization. I know that's very popular for Rainbow High collections because, like, duh, it's Rainbow High. So like, it's nothing innovative, but that might be very pleasing. Anyway, that's a problem for later. Then we have Jade, again, just so good. Like, the ice skates. Come on now, the fabric hat. I do think, yeah, the skirt's pretty thin. Like, the skirt's a little iffy. And if I'm recalling correctly, there were a lot of parts of her outfit that people had problems with the black staining the doll. This feels bad, but like, no staining there. So apparently so far, I don't think I've been cursed with that, but like, I remember that being a thing. Just design wise though, she's so sick. And like, the thickness of this coat, like the lining and everything. Wow. I missed that. Anyway, I just like Rainbow High really and truly, not that like they don't make some good dolls now. Like, there are dolls, as I said, I've got empty shelves that I'm excited for that they're coming out with. But like, that level of quality, wild. We have Pinkley Page. Not the best name, but a very pretty doll. That was also such a like odd time for Rainbow High because she was part of the New Friends line. I think it was okay. I think is what it was called. There we go. And they all had like slightly different body types, and she was supposed to be the plus size, like curvy one, which I mean, she's standing right next to Karma. Yeah, Karma. There's not much difference. She's very like approved plus size is the best way that I can put it. Cause like I think any of us who are like in any sort of space where we see and interact with plus size people will know that there's like a type of body that is plus size that is more societally acceptable. So if you're plus size like Pinkley Page and you have just like really wide hips and like a big butt and sometimes like a big bust, you might technically be plus size. And this is no shade to anyone who is shaped like that, by the way. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. But like that sort of plus size gets a very different response societally from like plus size someone who like has a belly, right? What I'm saying. So it really, really bothered me that they were like, yeah, this is our plus size doll. I don't know. Like, again, not that like it's not worth celebrating people who are her shape. I just think that marketing her that way was like, especially because it's not that dramatic. I don't know. It was just like a weird time. Anyway, where I wanted to go with that, I literally don't know why I went off on that whole tangent, was just I think it was so interesting because they introduced the 3 new body types. I think it was the curvy and then the petite and the tall, which those two also weren't like that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Not that they weren't different, but like the changes were so minute that it's like you put in all this effort to make 3 new bodies and like it's not that different. But then they immediately had to like go and reboot the entire line. So it didn't even matter because they made 3 new bodies. And as far as I know, they have not used any of them again. I don't know, just like strange. Point being, she's very cute. She came with glasses and mine are like a little bit messed up. So she's not wearing them, which sucks because I do love to get to have glasses on my dolls. It is what it is. Then we do have Karma. I feel like she's another one that like has kind of aged poorly. Like people didn't really like love her that much. I still think she's insane, mostly just because like the color, the neon green, like she's fluorescent. But my favorite thing about Karma, I'm gonna pull her out actually and see if it'll show up a little bit better when she's not in shadow. The lips, the glitter lips with like the green reflect. I don't know what it is about that. Sorry, I know you're just like looking at doll feet, but I'm trying really hard to not mess her up when I put her back. I did it. Look at that. One hand. I will never get over those lips. They're so, so good. Just like absolutely stunning. Then we do have a couple of dolls from the first wave of the reboot, like the slime line. So Maya was the only one that I paid full price for. I got her right when they came out. And I stand by this to this day. They just gave her like a really boring hairstyle. And like, I think that's outside of the slime. Like, as far as purely aesthetics go, I think a lot of the reason people didn't like her is because the hair was bad. A lot of people also don't like the outfit. That's fine. But like the hair was just so boring. I gave her 2 little pigtails and some little like braids at the front. And I feel like she's the cutest thing ever now. Like, obviously I liked her. I bought her full price. But the amount of love that I have for this doll just skyrocketed upon redoing her hair, which I don't know. I just think it's like a fun thing how something so small can really change your thoughts on a doll. Then we have the slime Skylar, who I did wait for a sale for. She's really pretty though. Like, really the only reason I waited for a sale, because I was like, okay, let me get one of them with Amaya. Let me like see how this goes. And yeah, the slime thing was not for me. And so I just didn't feel like I could pay full price for the Skylar doll, knowing that like I didn't want anything to do with anything with the slime. It just felt a little bit rough. She is very pretty though. The face card is killer. The skirt is incredible. And honestly, even like the outfit, like the top portion, the pieces are quite quality. So it's not quality in the same way that like Poppy here is. Earrings that double as like earmuff decorations and like all of this, you know, intricate detail on her outfit. It's not necessarily that level of quality, but it is still pretty damn good. And then scooch over y'all so we can get to Michelle, like gorgeous orange girl. I love her. I love her to pieces. Again, the hairstyle, like she looks good as she comes, but I feel like she's just so chic and like cool and sassy and fun. Like I do love the outfit. Don't get me wrong, but her face and her hair and like the accessories, like the earrings, the sunglasses. Oh, I could literally just sit here and stare at her. She's so pretty. I'm like gonna cry. I love her so much. She's so pretty for absolutely no reason. Like, who said she could go this hard? Incredible. Let me put this back together real quick. I will say the one thing about Michelle and like the reason that she stays behind everybody is because of these shoes. I just did not. Come on. Come on, bestie. There we go. I like the concept of the shoes, but I feel like the like awkward, like embroidered zipper for once, I would prefer no embroidery because it's just really chunky and it's a lot. So she does end up getting displayed in the back a lot because that way I feel like I can see the part of her that I love the most. And I don't really have to pay attention to the one thing that bothers me about this doll. So, like, she's just poking out and I get to see all the best parts of her, which we love to see. Next shelf, though, we have a couple of Shadow High and some Series 3 girly pops. Heather, one of like, I mean, okay, they're both Heather and Natasha. And then like those. I mean, I guess I do have like a solid chunk of Shadow High. I was gonna be like, oh, they're one of like few Shadow High dolls that I like definitely want to keep. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I just think Heather's so cool. Like she's got the glittery lip, the split hair. She's got some really sick hair accessories. Sometimes, like some days, her skin tone does still bother me. I've said this a lot recently. Like I just feel like the more I stare at my collection, the less I like the fantasy or like grayscale skin tones on my Shadow High dolls. So I'm really only keeping and displaying the ones that I feel are so gorgeous that I can look past that. Heather is like on the cusp because she does still bother me sometimes, but I love her enough to where I can like push through it. She is wearing a lot of Mara's extra pieces, like the jacket and the boots are both from Mara. I want to say that this dress was actually from Luna from Shadow High, who is sitting in a box waiting to be sold at some point because I just stole her clothes and I didn't want to keep the doll. But yeah, like it just, I don't know, something about the grayscale. I know a lot of people love it and that is absolutely fabulous for y'all. Like I'm not shitting on it as a concept. I just have fallen out of love with it, but I like her enough to keep her. And same with Natasha. I sometimes I feel like I've said like my feelings on Natasha a lot. And so I'm like, oh, I hope I'm not boring people and repeating too much. But also it's been a while since I bought this doll. So I don't know, maybe some of y'all are newer and haven't heard me yap about her. Anyway, though, when Shadow High first came out, I was like, I don't care about this one at all. I don't need her. She's whatever. She's ugly. I randomly saw her on sale at Sam's Club for like $13. Also, I think I gave her a really pretty hairstyle. Did I? I did. Little rat ponytail. So gorge. Anyway. And I was like, okay, well, for $13, I'll go ahead and I'll pick her up because at the very least, I can harvest her clothes, right? Like I can keep the clothes for someone else. The second I unboxed this doll, I fell in love. And she's wearing her clothes. Like I have not stolen these or given them to anyone else. No one else is ever getting them. The boots, especially, are so killer. I know with some of the earlier, like editions is probably the wrong word. Some of the first batches of this doll did have problem with the glue messing up and like turning these shoes yellow. I'm very lucky I don't have that problem with mine. But like, I don't know what it was. I don't know what came over me the second that I unboxed this doll, but I just love her so much. And it's always so crazy to me because I straight up was like, I don't want this doll. I don't need her. Like, I don't care anything about her. And now I can't imagine getting rid of her. Like, what a wonderful happenstance that like she just so happened to be on clearance at Sam's the day that I went. Like, because I don't even have a Sam's Club membership anymore, but me and my husband used to shop there for like bulk stuff. And like it wasn't a frequent thing because it's a bulk store. So it's not like we were there all the time. I don't know. It just felt very fortuitous that she came into my collection and I'm so happy about it. And then we have Daphne, who I had like held out on for ages. I was like, another one where I was like, oh, I don't really care. Only with her, I was like, I love her base doll. Another one that I think is arguably one of the prettiest faces that Rainbow High has ever done. Like, something about her is just so ethereal to me. And she did come with like, I think it was more crimpy when I got it. And it's just kind of, it's like waves now. But I loved her hair, loved her face. I hated every single piece of clothing that this doll came with stock. Hated them. So I was like, oh, I'll wait for a sale. Eventually she'll go on sale and I can justify buying her to just have the base doll and like blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't have to have any of the clothes. I'll figure out a different way to redress her. And she went on sale. And I honestly don't remember if at that time I was just like prioritizing other stuff or like finances were tight. Like, I don't know what was going on, but I know that when she went on sale, I still felt like I couldn't justify getting her. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm not going to have Daphne. And then my beautiful, wonderful husband bought her for me full price when she like went off sale. He was like, listen, we're just going to do it anyway. And so she's wearing Daria's clothes, like head to toe. These are all pieces of Daria's. And she looks so good in it too. Unreasonably beautiful. But yeah, I have very like fond thoughts when I see her, just because I'm like, that was a very sweet thing for him to do, for me to like pass up and for him to be like, nah, you getting your doll. And I really, truly do just like adore her in this outfit. Like, completely different vibe than what she came with, but she's incredible. Then Miss Georgia, I have just realized the button is coming off her pants. RIP. I can reglue it. It's not like the end of the world, but I need to remember to do that. She's incredible. She's genuinely just so stunning. Obviously, I love orange, so that helps. Just the quality, too. I say as there's a loose thread aggressively on her sweater. That was probably me, though. Okay, let's keep it real. I don't think that was there when I unboxed this doll like a couple of years ago at this point. The embroidered shirt, the pants are so fun. These cutesy little shoes. Like, everything about her is just so satisfying to look at. I don't know. And then we have Miss Gabriella. She is shining. Look at the shimmer on her. Love the dramatic makeup. Love the sweater. Like, there's something about a sweater on doll scale that just goes so hard to me for no reason. Like, I don't know why. Because, okay, every single one of these is a piece of clothing in miniature. So why is it more impressive to me for there to be a miniature sweater? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't get it. But I'm not really going to complain because I'm happy about it. She's got a fun little rainbow chain here, little like pleather skirt, and these 6 snakeskin shoes. She's just kind of a vibe, and all 3 together. Series 3 was very like pastel, and like that was so fun. When Rainbow High first came out, Wave 1 was like standard, like red, orange, yellow, that whole shebang. Wave 2 was all over the place. Like I defended Karma and the clown Amaya, and I stand by that. But thematically, or like in terms of cohesion, Wave 2 was all over the place. These, Wave 3, all sort of pastel-y, all absolutely gorgeous. Love that for them. And then even Wave 4, like, had Mina, had Jewel, and funnily enough, like, they definitely felt more like Jewel tones almost. I don't know. I know Rainbow High, like, is in a completely different state now, but I do think those couple of core lines where, like, they were a bit more I mean, I guess Delilah was also in this wave, so like that's not really, I don't know. I just thought it was really cool how for a few core waves there, they felt very, very cohesive. Like, it was just fascinating to see. I don't know. Anyway, to jump into this shelf, we have got the Runway Poppy, the last Poppy produced as of right now, probably ever. Beautiful girl. I have so many mixed feelings about this doll. I talked about this in the Rainbow High tournament video that I posted recently. She could be so incredible. And like, design-wise, she is. Look at her. She's insane. Like, this dress is gorgeous. Butterfly motif, the colors, the rhinestones, the cut. Like, it's so good. But I hate that they used this, like, one-sided printed fabric. It is so bad. Like, that immediately cheapens it so much to me that I can just like see it. And like, that's all I see when I look at her. I don't know. It just really genuinely bothers me. Because if this doll had come out earlier in Rainbow High's run, I feel like there's at least the potential that they wouldn't have done that. They still might have. but there was the potential that they wouldn't have, and it like high key. It's just, it irks me, but it's fine. We can move on. I do really love her outside of that. The hair, I do not know how I did that. I have no idea how I accomplished this look, which is terrible because that means that like over time, whenever I like have to redo it, I'm not going to be able to. I don't know how I did that. But for now, she looks really good. Then we're moving on to Victoria. So just iconic. That's another one, honestly, like much like I talked about Pinkley back here, how it was really weird that right before the reboot, they did like a whole new set of bodies. And like, I understand that doll manufacturing and like from concept to it being on the shelves is a long process. Like, I know it's not, hey, let's do this for a doll. And then a month later, she's there. Like, I get that. So I'm sure it was just a case of they'd been working on this stuff behind the scenes and then shit changed. But it's crazy to me that the last core lineup before they had to reboot everything and like completely redirect who they were targeting these dolls at, they introduced full body freckles and body blushing on Victoria. I very much doubt they're going to do that again. Like, as much as I do like this style of doll, like I personally can find whimsy in the legs. We're not even getting a lot of dolls that are like full size play line, like level dolls with normal legs, let alone normal legs that are freckled and blushed. So it's so fascinating to me how it feels like I would love to know behind the scenes what the story is, because very clearly they were testing out new body molds, new like techniques for painting and stuff like that. Like, they were doing new stuff right before the reboot. And so I'm just very, very fascinated about what caused the shift between that and everything is slime now. I don't know. Like, it's just an interesting situation to be in, I guess. Anyway, tangent. She's gorgeous. That's kind of it. Mina, my beautiful, beautiful girl. Have I said that about every orange doll? I just love them. The makeup is stellar on her. She's another one that I feel like I gave a decently intricate hairstyle to. Like, she's got several braids popping down there. I really need to get like back into being more creative with my doll hairstyles, because I feel like lately I don't do anything that crazy. I need to be working harder on this because like it looks really good. Even from the front, the way it like pulls back, I think is really pretty. She's so fun. I loved all of her pieces. She's one where it was like genuinely difficult to decide what she was going to wear, because I love all of her pieces. Like, she still came with a second outfit. And that entire second outfit was also so good. So it was just like, except the pants. Actually, I kind of lied. I didn't like the pants had like a weird little drawstring thing at the bottom, but I loved almost every single piece she came with. So it was very difficult to have to be like, okay, you can only wear so many pieces. But I think we settled on something good. She's solid. And then, of course, there's Miss Lily Chang. So, like, do I even need to say anything? I have ranted about this before, but like, okay, let's do it again. Our first Rainbow High, like, I can't get my hands in there, collector doll was Jet Dawson. And as I said, there were like some problems there. She was our second, and I feel like she felt like she had saved the collector line for Rainbow High. Like, the amount of detail. And she came with 2 outfits and a crazy beautiful box. Like, just so incredibly gorgeous. And she retailed for like $100, which is a lot. I'm not trying to say it's not. But what you got for it was genuinely so impressive. And then Rainbow High started putting out collector dolls that were like around $100 or sometimes even more expensive, that to me were so much more lackluster and just like not it at all. So like, from my perspective, again, this is aesthetics. Like, you're allowed to disagree. They really had a one-hit wonder with her. Like, she was just so different than any of the other Rainbow High collector dolls. And so on another level to me, incredible. Genuinely just so gorge. I'm trying to get her situated so we can show off Miss Delilah, my beauty. her glasses. Again, we love a doll with glasses. I think her and Victoria are some like almost, and honestly Lily too, are some almost universally beloved dolls with Rainbow High. Obviously, there's going to be some people who don't like it, and that's fine if you're one of those people. It's no shade. I'm one of the only people who likes Lyric, remember? Okay, so like, it's fine if you're one of the only people who hates Delilah. But I feel like they're so popular, and to me, it's for good reason. Like, I really, really do love them. This outfit, I think the skirt for sure was like an underpiece for her dress that she originally came with. I can't remember about the shirt. The shirt might have been something that was supposed to be separate, but the skirt was like a separate piece that was on her doll, like as she is dressed stock, was more of like an underlayer. And I was just like, no, actually, that's a cute overlayer. That's how we're styling. I have no regrets. I feel like it looks proper. She's just so, ugh, they're so good. But this shelf, if you know, you know, this shelf houses some of my absolute all-time favorites. So we're gonna go in a bit of a weird order here so I can like end on my absolute fave. So from Neon Shadow, we have Uma, and I genuinely do love her. Like, I feel bad because I feel like every time I talk about her, I'm like, yeah, she's my least favorite in Neon Shadow, but that doesn't mean she's ugly, okay? Like, she is still an absolute stunning doll. I do have her wearing, I think, Tessa's second shoes. If they're not Tessa's, they're definitely from the Royal Three. So the only other one I have would be Tiara. So they're either Tessa or Tiara's, but I think they're Tessa's. They match so good to me. I love her pants. The one thing that I cannot stand is her guitar, the lightning on the guitar. Honestly, on camera, I feel like it's not showing up as egregious as it truly is. The rest of her blues are like almost purpley, right? Like they're verging towards like indigo or towards purple in tone. And then the guitar, the lightning is like berry blue, edging towards like a blue green. And it doesn't match and it drives me bonkers. I need to just repaint it because it's something that I notice every single time I see her and it pisses me off every single time I see her. And I do think that that is a big reason why out of the three, she's my least favorite because I'm just like, your accessories don't match, babe. Like, get it together. And then we have Harley, who, where's her microphone? Did I never put it up? Hold on. Okay, that's kind of crazy, high key. She has like a whole stereo system and then like a mic stand, and there's a mic on a cord. I'm not going to put it up now because all it would do would distract from her, like you would hide her. But that's insane that up until this moment, I literally didn't even realize it was missing. I was just like, yep, that's fine. Anyway, at least I have it and I knew where it was, okay? At least there's that. She's incredible. I do think that unfortunately a lot of people have problems with her because her hair, like the way that, come on, please, the way that these like black pieces are tied in made it very, very difficult to do any restyling on her hair. So like there is that, which sucks. I recognize that. I didn't restyle mine though, so like it was okay. I do have her wearing like extra stuff, but also like less stuff. What am I saying? What am I doing? Whatever. With this sweatshirt, I believe was originally supposed to be like a sweatshirt proper, not a dress. But like it is just as long as Mara's dress. So it's fine. It's a dress. And then the tights that she has on, like the little green fishnets, separate from these socks. And originally they were like pieces in separate outfits because they also came with two outfits. And so it was like, oh, the fishnets go with one and then the socks go with another, I think is how it was. Now I'm doubting myself. I'm like, am I crazy? But I layered them up. And then these shoes, high key, one of the best pieces ever from Rainbow Shadow High. Like if I could buy 17 pairs with different colors of laces, I would in a heartbeat, without question. So she's pretty great. We're going to skip over Mara just briefly here. because she deserves a lot of time in the spotlight. The Storm Twins, also so unreasonably gorgeous. These are ones that I waited quite some time. I believe they were $70 when they first came out. I think that was like the retail price. And I was like, I can't do this. It was just so much, and I just couldn't, like, I liked them, but that was a lot of money. And so I didn't buy them, and they finally went on sale for like, I want to say it was like 50 that I got them for, which is still a lot, but I mean, it's $20 less than it could have been. So that was good. And I was so hesitant. I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm unsure. I was out with my husband and he encouraged me. Are you noticing a pattern here? My husband is very much like someone who, if I'm waffling on a doll, if I'm like, oh, I kind of want this, but I'm not sure, or like, oh, she might be too expensive, he's like, shut up and enjoy it. He's such a good man. But yeah, he encouraged me to go ahead and get them. And they were sort of similar to Natasha in the sense that, like, I had a lot stronger a reaction once they were out of box. With Natasha, I didn't think I was going to like her at all. I knew I would like them, but like getting them out of box, immediately I was in love. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, yeah, these were like a good purchase. It was like, thank God I didn't skip on these because like they're so genuinely incredible in quality and beautiful. I always want to switch them up. I always think that this is Veronica and this is Naomi. This is Naomi and this is Veronica. I don't know why my brain like doesn't want that to be the case. But her especially, I think I was like nervous about because she does have sort of like a dark version of Bella Parker in my head. Like not exactly, but like kind of similar just because she does have like a lot of the tweed and stuff. And I was nervous about liking that. But getting her out of the box, trust, she's an icon. She did originally come with bubblegum that like popped into her mouth. And I feel like that was very divisive amongst the fandom when she first came out. Like some people loved it, some people hated it. I just couldn't stand the fact that it meant that I couldn't see her face as well because her face is so stupidly pretty. So I ended up taking the bubble gum out and I just used some, I think just straight up model magic, like not even necessarily a high quality clay. And I made her teeth so that she was smiling instead of like just having a hole in her mouth for the bubble gum. And I love her like that. Like they're so baby, but the babiest baby of all, Mara. If you've been here for a while, you're familiar with my obsession with her. I need to rotate her hat. The love I have for this doll is unmatched and inexplicable. I don't know why I feel this way. I truly don't. I think I said this in the Monster High video too. I almost never buy duplicates. And I don't have a duplicate of Mara. But there are times where I've been like, maybe I need one. I just genuinely adore her to such an unreasonable degree. On camera, her hair comes off a lot more orangey pink than it is in person, I will say. Like, it's definitely not the same color as, like, her boots here. But it comes off a lot more orangey pink than it actually is. But it's got, like, the crimps, which I've said, I feel like a lot lately. I've just been very into it. I'm speechless. Like, I look at her and I feel like I could just sit here for hours and stare at her. And she's so... I love her. She does have this hat, which, like, is attached with a peg in her head, which means that her head does have a hole in it. A lot of people don't like that. I respect it, okay? I respect that you don't like that. Because I understand. If you don't want her wearing that, then you just have a doll with a hole in her head and like a little bit less hair because of that hole. And that is aggravating for sure. So like, I completely understand the critique. She's just such like a blind spot for me. Like Mara can do no wrong. I just love her. I love her so much. But we have to start talking about her, else I'm straight up going to be here all day. So with intense regret, we can pull away and go up to this next shelf. So we've got Tessa here, who blends in hilariously well with my wall. I love her. She's my favorite for sure out of the Royal Three. Like, she just came with such unique, interesting pieces, it feels like. And I love, 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 love how long her hair is. Like, I feel like it doesn't look that long because when you compare it, it's like, oh, it's the same length as Bella's. Bella's hair is down. Tessa's is in a reasonably high ponytail. Like, her hair is long, long, and it's so, so gorgeous. I do have her wearing one of Ash's jackets from Shadow High. I no longer own Ash, okay? He was a moment. I really did love him for a while, but as I've said too many times at this point, Shadow High is kind of iffy for me. So I don't have Ash anymore, but I did keep his clothing pieces, and she is very well utilizing this one. Like, it just looks so good on her. I love it. Then we have my Bella, who looks very different to how she came stock, which is just kind of funny to me. She's wearing Heather's dress. For a long time, Heather was wearing it, switched it out. Now it's for Bella. And then this is Daria's jacket. So I have Daria's jacket there. I have a whole Daria outfit here. I do own Daria, okay? She's not on display because I stole all of her clothes for other people. So, like, I need to work on that. I do have her. I do love her. I don't know. I ended up feeling like her clothing pieces looked better on other dolls. Like, that pink is perfect for Bella. Hello? And I feel like it looks so fun with the snakeskin. I need to do a different shoe, I think. Like, the shoes are not matching the vibe, and she definitely needs a different hairstyle. So she needs some work still, I think. But we've got something good going on here. And then lastly, to round out the video, we're going to talk about my 3 costume ball dolls. I did technically have 4 at one point. I had Lola. I mean, I still have her, but like I think I'm going to end up selling her, and I'm just keeping her clothes because they were really, really pretty. I got Eliza and Demi full price. These were $40 a piece, which I do think was like insane. Just crazy. And then I got Robin here on sale, and I'm so glad I caught her on sale because, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. So starting off with Eliza, I mean, how could I not get the Faery, right? I still need to figure out what to do with her shoes because the shoes she came with, I hated. These are, I believe, Natasha's shoes. And they're sort of just serving their purpose. I need to figure out something different, though, because it's not whimsical enough to go with the rest of her. Like, it's not doing enough. It's doing something. Like, it's keeping her clothed. But yeah, she needs something more. She did come with like a little hoop skirt underneath. I took that off because I wanted more of like the whimsical fairy vibe, and the hoop skirt was just like, I don't know, like, it's not ugly. I did keep it in case I ever want to use it for a restyle, but it's got like bows and stuff on it, and it's like, I mean, it's a hoop skirt. It's obviously, or it's a cage skirt. I'm so sorry. It's a cage skirt. It's very structured, and I just didn't feel like it fit with her. And I love her a lot more like this. She also has a very intricate hairstyle, which is ironic because you can't see it when she's on display, but like, I did a whole thing with that back there, and then she's got like some braids that you can see from the front. Her face card, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's all. And then for Demi, she is our vampire queen, and good god, she's gorgeous. She feels very similar almost to the Storm Twins to me. Like, I feel like they have somewhat matching aesthetics. Like, they'd be friends for sure. I don't know, something about that. She's genuinely incredible. Like, the pieces that she comes with and the detail and the intricacy, the super unique makeup is so fun too. Like, white lashes pop off doing something different. One thing about her though, she originally came with, I think, more of like a V-bang. I want to say it was more of a V-bang. It's been a minute at this point. Okay. Sorry. My hand is raised up to the sky and it's a little shaky. So I apologize if I'm like bouncing or don't ever have it like perfectly in frame. That's the word I was looking for. Anyway, though, she is the only doll I have ever lost the part line on, which is fucking insane. Like, all this, all that. And she is the only doll that I have ever lost a part line on. So what I mean by that, if you're like less familiar, if you've never like heard that, or like maybe if you don't routinely like wash your doll's hair, let me see if I can find like she's kind of a bad example because she's got like, okay, perfect. So she has a middle part, right? Clementine here, her hair is parted in the middle. And sometimes if you wash doll hair, so you're like taking any of the styling out and you're washing it, you're combing through it, you're like doing all this stuff with it. In my experience, the part line just like reappears naturally because that's how the hair like wants to lay, because that's how it's been rooted. It is possible though that you can have like a middle part like this, and if you like really truly like deep wash all the hair, like you're combing it and like redoing all this stuff, you can lose the part and like lose where it's at. So a lot of people are more cautious than I am. And so they'll like keep it clipped to the side, or like, you know, they'll do one half at a time and like make sure one side is like all clipped nicely together when they're doing the other side, so that they don't lose the part line. Because then it's like you can't find where it's supposed to part. And the reason that that matters is because unlike on a human head where like the hair is generally speaking roughly evenly dispersed for most people, and like you can, you know, you can middle part your hair and then you can change it into a side part, and like you can create that and it is going to look natural no matter what. On a doll, because the way that they're rooted, I don't have any good examples, I feel like, that I like can just, great camera work, Rain, that's crazy. I'm frantically looking around for anyone that I can like get a good example for. Hold on, are we, golly, literally none of these are a good example because they've all got stuff in their hair. I'm panicking. Not actually, but like, hello? Do we have to go to a different brand? Is that okay? My girl Spectra is going to help us out here. Okay. We're just going to pull her over for a minute. So Spectra has a side part. That's fine. Where the part's at doesn't matter for this explanation. Also, sorry that we're going off on such a tangent, but I cannot be stopped. So she's got her part line here. And the way that they root the doll's hair to make it look like this is the part line is rooted very, very thickly. Like you can see, you can't see her scalp, right? Like it's just rooted super thick. Whereas if I were to try to take her hair, I'm literally rotating the entire doll. This is super embarrassing. And I were to try to give her a part line on this side, see how you can see her scalp? It's because the hair wasn't rooted to be parted that way. And like, that's just how dolls are, right? Like that's why you might hear sometimes if you have a doll that comes with the hair in a ponytail, like Viola. I think her hair came in a ponytail. I'm panicking because I'm like, am I remembering that wrong? But just say her hair came in a ponytail. Sometimes that means that they don't have a part line rooted in. So if you want to restyle her hair, if you try to give her a middle part, you're going to see scalp. And so you'll sometimes hear people who like buy a doll that has the hair come in a ponytail, and they'll take it down. They'll be like, oh my gosh, guys, good news. She has a middle part under there, which means that there is like a part that has been rooted more thickly into the doll under the ponytail so that you can restyle it. So like, it's a big deal. Like it's a big point of consideration when making dolls, is like having the part line. It's like an important aspect of the doll's hair. And sometimes it can limit how you can style a doll's hair, at least without seeing scalp. It can make it a lot harder to like shift a part line because you have to do like a lot of careful like trickery with like weaving hair back and forth to give the illusion of a part line in a different place. All that to say, that's why a part line is important. And that's why some people, when they wash doll hair, they like are very, very careful to preserve the part line because it matters if you lose it. So how does Demi come into this? If you've been here before, you'll know I wash all of my doll hair. I hate the way that gel feels. It's just a textural issue for me. I like, other people don't mind it, and that's fabulous for you. Or other people are like, oh, if it's not like super gelled, it's fine. I despise the feeling of gel or hairspray or anything like that in my doll hair. Like it just drives me bonkers. So I wash all of my doll's hair. So again, all of that, all of them, I can wash. Never lost a part line before. Demi, not only did I lose a part line, it's not the part line you're thinking of. It's not the one that makes sense, that is like more possible to lose, which would be the middle part where she's got like a pigtail. pigtail. I lost her fucking bangs. Tell me how that happens. I'm literally yelling. I don't know how the audio is going to come out for this video. I'm in my basement alone, yelling. How did I lose her bangs? Like, I'm literally begging someone to tell me how that is possible. But I did it. I lost her bangs, which, like, the reason that's hard for me to comprehend, like this, the hair's all the same length. It's a little easier to lose it. The bangs are noticeably shorter than the rest of her hair, and I lost them. So I had to take out other bits of hair and cut it and mask it. And like, it's not perfect for sure. But like, hello? I don't know. It's just something funny. Like, I love her. I think she turned out like good enough for my standards. And she's still an incredible doll. But every time I look at her, I can't think of anything other than how on earth did I manage to lose bangs? Like, anyway, I still can't comprehend it, but I did it. But it's fine. I honestly think I've been talking about that for like at least 5 minutes, just that. So I apologize. Let's move on to Robin, shall we? Finalize this video. I'm such a menace when I'm not physically on camera. Anyway, she was one that I waited for a sale for because I was just like, I did like her from the beginning. But that $40 for a doll, it just felt like a lot, especially when it was like, oh, these had also been $40 and they came with 2 outfits and they were released around a similar time period. Like, that made it very difficult. But now that I have her, I'm so glad that I do. Like, the face, crazy. All of these like twists, crazy. The spider dress with the embroidered pearl spiders. Even the shoes. Like, she's an absolute queen and an icon. And I'm so happy that I have her now. But like, that was a lot of money. Anyway, though, that's the Rainbow High collection. I guess I should move Spectra. Let's put her back where she belongs real quick. Not that like, I mean, I know I could just move her after filming this. Stay. This little guy never stays. But I don't know. I wanted to be able to have the final shot be more Rainbow High. There's other things on the shelf, but it's fine. Anyway, those are all of my Rainbow and Shadow High dolls that are fit for display. As I said, I do have a significant amount more in a bin that need attention. I'm going to get to it at some point. Okay, I really will. I feel like doll collecting is just an ongoing process, right? Like, there's always some project or something that like is in the works. Nothing's ever fully finished, and I have to just be okay with that. So like, I will get to them. But for right now, this is what we're working with. And I do genuinely love them. Like, somehow I managed to go this entire video without saying that Rainbow High is what got me back into collecting. Like, after G1 of Monster High ended, I stopped collecting for like 5 years. 5 or 6 years, somewhere in there. Yeah, maybe it was closer to 4. I could be crazy. But this brand is what brought me back to collecting. It's what got me started on YouTube. It's like the reason that this whole basement looks like this, which is crazy. But it really, like, I just want to take a moment to reflect not just on these beautiful dolls and how grateful I am to have them in general, but also just how grateful I am for the fact that this brand came out and managed to reignite a passion in me to the point where this is such a big part of my life, and you guys are such a big part of my life. And this is something that so consistently makes me happy. I'm going to cry even on like days where I'm just like having such a hard time. Like, this is something that always brings me a positive emotion. I am crying now. Hell yeah. So I really like just want to highlight that for me specifically. Rainbow High has their ups and downs, their pros and cons, but they're always going to be very special to me for that reason. Because they just like re-unlocked that for me, right? Like, they brought me back into this space, and now I can't imagine my life without it. And I know my life would be so much worse and less full if I didn't have, not like, it's not the material things necessarily. Like, obviously I do like material things. Okay. But getting to be surrounded by this beauty and getting to like talk about this stuff and meet you guys and like have this whole community, it literally wouldn't be here without Rainbow High. So like, shout out to them, I guess. I don't know. Big emotional moment. Can't figure out how to end it. I'm awkward, okay? I don't know what y'all want. Anyway, though, that is going to be it for today, now that I've managed to cry on the internet yet again. But yeah, I love Rainbow and Shadow High. Not every single one of their releases, but they do mean a lot to me. They're really solid. So that's my collection as of the current moment in time. It will update both with dolls that I need to fix up and new dolls that come out. So we'll have to revisit this at some point. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wonder if it's any shorter. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed all of my blabbering and like getting to see all the dolls and my thoughts on them and how they're displayed and everything. So yeah, hope it was fun for y'all. Let me know who you want me to do next. I obviously have enough Barbies to where I could do like a dedicated Barbie video. And I feel like I probably have enough Bratz at this point to where I could do a dedicated Bratz video. So I guess let me know out of those two, which you would rather see first. And then for the other dolls, I'll probably just do like a miscellaneous collection video because I don't have like as many of any one line. So in the comments, Barbie or Bratz. Funny that it comes down to those two. Incredible. But yeah, let me know who you want a collection tour of next. I'm finally done talking. My throat hurts. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.